a cop standing there with two guns on him, shoulder holster and a waist holster. And I remember thinking to myself, Jesus, some poor bastard's in for a hard time. And I never thought it was me. When the Birmingham police come on the scene and they started battering.
Hi guys, and welcome. My name is Steve and I am Backdoor 3D. This is another in the series of Daz Studio Quick Tips, number 3. And I'm going to cover the drag and drop feature into Daz Studio Surfaces tab and the Environment tab. Now this is something I didn't know you could do for a long time until I watched a video about Substance Painter into Daz Studio, where he showed or demonstrated dragging the textures that you created, your diffuse, occlusion, displacement, specular, into the correct channels in your Surfaces tab. Now, some of you may already know how to do this, some of you may not, but I just thought I'd share it. And also that you can do it with the Environment Map tab in your render settings. So, without further ado, I've got a scene up with two of my favourite little characters, and I've pre-created, or something what's the term I'm looking for? Something I prepared earlier in some eye textures for the robots. Now, I'm not going to go through a long and lengthy on doing it on skin surfaces and on other surfaces. This technique applies to any of the channels that you have in your iRay Daz Uber shader. Any of the channels you can drag these textures in. And as you can see on my little robot here, he's got blue eyes. Now if I was to drag, say, the green eyes from here over to the channel and drop it, his eyes turn green. And you can also do this while you're in the render preview. If you're doing it with NVIDIA, which I've got to say in 4.11 is extremely fast. Just let it kick in. Here we go. So now green eyes, then I can go back to the blue eyes. Come on, NVIDIA, you can do it. Oh, well, you learn something every day. Didn't like that. Do that again. Blue eyes. First time I've done it in 4.11. In 4.10, it actually updated on the fly. Well, that's something to look into. On the second robot under pupil, there it is. I can do the same with that one and give her blue eyes and then render it. And on my other one, I can go into pupil and give him or her red eyes. And it's as simple as that. And as I said, if you've got more channels, as in specular, opacity, bump strength, normal map, you can drag all of those into here. If you've got opacity maps with transparency, you can drag them into the correct channel. It just saves you having to go into here, go into browse, and if you're not in the right place, I mean, this is because it went to the right place, but normally it won't. You'll end up going to your C drive or somewhere not relevant. Now, what I did want to show you was in the Environment tab as well, is in the Environment tab. At the moment, I have nothing in here, even though I have Dome and Scene set. I don't have an environment map in here. I can click in here and go down to the standard that comes with DAZ Studio, the Ruins, the DDHR Ruins B map, and render. And hopefully this won't make me out to be a liar. I should be able to drag different maps in. Once it starts rendering. And give it a different look. What I will do though is I will turn all of these off so we can actually see it. Oh, come on. Just take that off for a minute. Turn all of these off. I know there might be a quicker way of getting rid of all of these, but I don't know it. If anybody does, please let me know. In turning everything off. And I think I just turned a robot off, which is not what I wanted to do. Turn that back on. Okay. Let's try that again with that turned off as well. Right. HDRI. NVIDIA. Now if I drag, and I'll make this a little smaller so it's not filling up the screen so much. The different HDRI maps. Go into here. Oh, where have I gone now? I've got lost. If I go back, that's better. Alex's apartment, which is pick one, doesn't really matter. And drag that across. You'll see you can change them on the fly. Now that's exactly what I expected to see happen when I did the eyes. I don't know what it was excuse me, doing, but I'm not going to get too upset about it. Drag these in and it will update. And that was the whole point, because I hate having to do this, go and browse and yada yada, because 9 times out of 10 it doesn't go back to the right place and it annoys me, and I find it's a far more efficient way of doing it. So I hope this helps you with both your surfaces and your environment map in NVIDIA Iray, because I find it a really useful time saver. And while I'm still mumbling, I will try and change them to blue and see if it, yeah, it did, it worked that time. Well, how about that? Don't know why it didn't work the first time. Go back down into pupil and I'll give her red eyes back. Well, that's it. Very short, very brief on how to do the drag and drop. And I will reiterate that if you have any other channels, your specular, if you want to put an ambient, your opacity, your bump strength, your bump map, sorry, your normal map, you can just drag them across and put them into your slot channel, sorry, here, and it will update automatically. So I hope I haven't mumbled too much and confused you, but I find it a big time saver and you can experiment with it. You can do it on any surface, drag them in, and you don't have to go and find them. Well, one thing you should take into account as that is you can drag them from anywhere, but when you save your DAZ Studio scene and you come back in, if your the textures that you've used in here are not in your runtime textures folder in your DAZ Studio runtime. Doesn't really have to be under textures, but it must be in your runtime directory. The next time you open it, it won't find them. So just a tip, keep them in your runtime folder structure somewhere. Anyway, that's it for me today. Until next time, ciao for now.